Hi, my name is Christopher King. I'm trying to get a hold of the unit chief, Catherine Folger. Attorney Folger, I need to speak to someone regarding a policy question. And yes, by the way, this call is being recorded. I'm with kingcast.net. And I'm calling regarding a policy question regarding when a non-custodial parent files a complaint that the other parent is allowing child abuse. When is that person entitled to know the results of the investigation?
Okay. Let me see who is in that unit that can speak to you right now. You said you did try Catherine Folger?
I did. I left her a message.
Okay. I'm not sure if she's actually in the office today or working off site. Okay, I am going to put you on hold for 1 second, sir, and I'm going to put you through to Isabel.
Okay.
Okay, hold on just 1 quick second, please.
Thank you. That's us there getting a hard time in Edgerton Municipal Court. He was trying to get information about showing where she had lied, and he was showing, when he got a restraining order on her and the kinds of things that she lied about were all the material issues, regarding whether or not he assaulted her, whether or not he sexually touched these children. All of that was bogus. And she tried to say she never filed a complaint about that, but yet I've seen the complaints myself. They were unfounded. So it's one thing to file a bogus complaint, then to lie to the court about it and say you didn't file it. That's crazy. It's perjury.
Good afternoon.
Hi, Attorney Fitzgerald. It's Christopher King. How are you?
Well, how are you?
I'm good. I will advise you that this call is being recorded for quality assurance and for clarity. I have a procedural question. I won't get into the specifics of any particular case by name, but my question is this. When you have a situation that a non-custodial parent files a complaint that the other parent is allowing someone to abuse the children, what statute governs or what process governs the availability of information on that investigation to the non-custodial parent?
Could you repeat the question?
Okay, I know, it's a compound question, objection, I know. But basically what we have is a situation where a father complained that the mother's friend, and the father's non-custodial, okay, complained that the mother's friend was allowing for an unlawful touching of the children. Not in a sexual way, I don't think, but like physically striking the children. And I've heard recordings of the children indicating well, let's not get to that point, but the bottom line is that, so he's wondering what happens next, because no one will share with him the information coming back from this investigation that he caused, that he set in motion. And they're telling him that he can't find out. And I'm like, well, how can that be? He's the one who set the investigation into motion in the first place. When can he find out the results?
That would typically be up to the Department of Children and Families, and I would probably refer you to them because they govern those types of investigations and the release of that information. I can tell you with any criminal investigation, which is could be a concurrent investigation with the protective investigation, we don't necessarily inform reporting parties of the results of the investigation. So, whether it's a custodial parent or not, certainly parents have certain rights to information. So whether or not they're custodial or not, I'm not too familiar with probate law.
Right.
I would say that the lead in that type of an investigation would be the Department of Children and Families. And if it is a biological parent, I know that there may be some provisions that I'm not familiar with that may allow that person to have information, but I can't answer that specifically.
Okay. Yeah, I guess what I was hearing from this individual was that Catherine Folger was telling him that they may release information to him, but it was still uncertain and everything. And I understand his point. He's sitting there saying, well, what do I do? He goes to court, he gets a hard time. He comes to you guys, he gets a hard time. He just needs his information, and he doesn't know. So basically you're saying that if there is going to be an investigation, or if it's criminal, then you guys, would he at least be entitled to know if something's been founded? I understand prosecutorial discretion in terms of discussing the strategies or anything like that, but if there were going to be charges sought or anything like that, then he would certainly be entitled to know that, yeah?
I mean, it's not a matter of public record in the sense that if it's an ongoing criminal investigation, we can't comment and
Right.
release that information to the public.
Right. Or to him. I'm just asking, not to me, but to him. Because he's the reporting party.
Right, just because someone's a reporting party doesn't entitle them to get necessarily a certain information.
Sure, I understand. I've worked in an AG's office. I understand kind of where you're going from it to some extent. But I guess he sure would be entitled to know if something's going forward or not, or if it's founded or unfounded. I mean, he's got to know something, yeah?
Again, it depends on the circumstances.
Right. Okay. What's the And then you mentioned DCF also. Now, what would be their role in this, as far as you might know?
They investigate allegations of child abuse and neglect. So if there was an allegation made involving abuse of a child, they would be contacted and potentially would conduct an investigation on their own.
Right, but he would be. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
And he would be entitled to discover the results of their investigation, though, yes?
Again, I would have to refer you to the Department of Children and Families about regarding what information they would be able to release to a parent who does not have custody.
Gotcha. Okay, I'll check in with them then. Because this whole thing has been quite a merry-go-round. We went up to, he had a written complaint was prepared to file. We went to the Lowell Police Department, and they basically threw us out of there. They wouldn't even take his complaint. They wouldn't talk to him, and they were rude to us. And I'm standing there thinking, wait a minute, guys. That's not the way a public officer, in a position of trust, should act. And I don't know what the deal was, but it was really, really nasty up there. And I'm thinking, whoa, why is this man being treated this way, basically?
I apologize for that.
Yeah.
I think the best place is the Department of Children and Families. We're there, the clearinghouse for all of those reports, whether or not it rises to the level of a criminal investigation or not. So I would suggest that they have the most information about, the safety and well-being of the children and the status of any allegations.
Yeah, originally what happened was, we went to the police department, and he kept asking the officer if they reported to DCF, yet, and he wouldn't respond. So I don't know. I'll find out from him whether or not, if you guys, if anyone there, if Ms. Folger or Attorney Folger or anybody else, if they forwarded back to DCF or if it's landed back in their lap again. I'll try to follow up on that with him and try to get to the bottom of this. But
individual citizens can file reports to DCF directly themselves.
Right. Okay, very well, Counsel. I appreciate your help.
All right.
Have a good day. It's just how does a parent live with this? It's just so hard, man. This guy has done. I can see nothing wrong. Still, he can't find anything out about his children. It's horrible. And his wife is busy lying her ass off.